action. Anyway, we're back working on Rick's 1973 Chevy Chevelle SS. Matching numbers, big block, 4-speed, 454. We're just jacking it up, and we're going to start going through the braking system, see what it needs, and see what we can start finding for it, so we can actually move this thing around a little safer. When you're doing this, you always want to make sure you use a good set of jack stands. Don't buy the cheapy little ones for 20 bucks. But these ones are probably a little overkill for this car. I know it's heavy, but it's not that heavy. So, and we also want to get up nice and high anyway. So yeah, jack it off. And like I said, we're going to pull the tires off and see what the brakes look like and everything else. So stay tuned. It's going to be a pain with that sway bar.
Put it right on the frame.
Okay. Not used to full plate. Okay. I'll go underneath where it's full metal.
Pull one up.
There you go.
Click it on there.
Yep. Yep.
And then
Here, I'll move it over. There you go.
push it in forward. That's good enough.
All right. Okay, we got this car up on jack stands. So we're just gonna kind of do a once over and start looking at stuff. The floorboards and everything else seem really solid in this car.
The surface rust,
yeah,
but I don't see any holes.
So, like we said, Art, I think, took pretty good care of this car, and there wasn't much horsing around or foul play with this. Maybe when Rick was driving it, but it all looks to be
He did say he drove it when he was 16.
So, but it looks to be pretty original, and everything seems to be pretty stock under here. So, go through the brake, or we'll start taking it apart and see what's up with the brakes. And we were looking, you can buy replacement panels for all this, so the car is definitely worthy of doing this.
Might just need a whole new quarter, because it's...
I know, that's what I was looking at there. So,
I can make noise here.
yeah, sure, start buzzing them off.
That's pretty clean.
Brake drum looks amazingly clean, and no ridges. The shoes almost look in brand new condition, but we'll probably do the wheel cylinders, but I don't see that they're leaking. But see if I can see the front. Ooh, yeah.
Good.
That's everything looks good.
Yeah, 51 bucks for a massive builder.
That's cheap.
Love to have those tires original.
Is that good?
Love to have these
I know,
tires
eh?
original.
I know, eh?
Not on this car.
No, but like say a 70 Camaro or something. Or,
Heck, on my Javelin.
or your Javelin. Did they come with that type?
Sure.
We should share with the audience. Yeah, we're jacking up here. We're gonna put these guys underneath it.
Oh, that brake drum came off, and same thing. Brakes look fairly good. I don't see any leakage of the cylinders.
Yeah, pads look to be about the same wear.
Shocks are probably original.
Brake lines look fine, like the hoses. Oh, you're talking. Oh, my bad.
That's okay. Yeah, everything looks fairly original.
So I was able to phone one of the local parts suppliers, and I was able to get a master cylinder tomorrow, and probably get some wheel cylinders.
That one looks like it's been
Leaking. Let's see. There's a factory line. Yeah. There's gotta be air in it. There's a factory mark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're back to working on Rick's 73 Chevelle. Matching number 454, 4-speed. One owner, family owned car and all that. We're going to do the brakes today. I was able to locate the master cylinder and the wheel cylinder, so we're going to try to get this thing stopping again. The brakes were pretty spongy and pretty bad, so we're going to attempt to do that today. I did find the build sheet at home, and I guess Art, the original owner, he had it in the glove box there, so I just put it in cellophane so it kind of stayed in better shape. I really don't know much about these build sheets, but I'm not sure what the 220 of the 400 means. So if any guys out there, if you want to leave a comment or let me know, it'd be kind of neat to know what that means. And also likewise with the W84 add gasoline, is that to add gas to the factory? I'm just not too sure. And I apologize to everyone. I thought it was a 12 bolt rear end, but it's just a 10 bolt with a 342 gear. I thought it was a 12 bolt. But it's a fairly option car and everything, and like I said, with an LS4 454 big block and a Muncie M21. So it's a pretty neat car. Like I said, it's heavily optioned, but I think we're going to try to get to work on getting the brakes done today, and I think Derek's going to start cleaning the interior up. We brought some products here to clean that up and bring it back to life. So yeah, enjoy watching this film, and we'll start taking the brakes apart on these things. Have a great day. All right. I'd also like to mention, when you, at least what I've always done for when I've done brakes, I always take one side off at a time. That way, if you ever get mixed up with your springs, you can always just go off to the other side for a reference. That's the little pieces. And that's what I mean when it all just flies apart. Oh. And we'll clean all this stuff up and everything else as we go. Oh. Spreader bar. And I just kind of lay it out as it all came apart. So we're gonna, I'm gonna brake clean all this up and hose it off, and then another little tech tip that I do, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. Like, this will all be clean. Just on the high spots where you can always see where the shoes have always kind of rubbed, you just put a little bit of white lithium grease. And it probably looks like these wheel cylinders have been leaking for a while, so we'll clean it all up. And likewise with the spreader bar here, I always clean these all up and then put white lithium grease, and just helps everything move a lot easier when it comes time to adjust the brakes. Pretty simple stuff, you just got to take your time. So yeah, it's I know it's going to be boring watching me clean these, so we can either you can watch and we'll fast forward it or whatnot, but I'll start cleaning this crap up. We just always use a safety solvent. You can use brake clean. There's many different products out there.
Okay, we're just getting ready to bench bleed the new master cylinder. You can see we just have a vise here, just an old set of brake lines bent up just to loop back into the master cylinder. And that way we'll just pump the master cylinder to no more bubbles come out, and then we'll be bench bled ready to go. That way it solves a lot of headaches down the road getting the air out. And we'll just use a screwdriver to pump there. I'll just give a little bit of counter pressure here. And the front one is now done. And what's the back one looking like? Oh, still got a little bit of air still in there. Or is that coming from the bottom there, Chris? I can't see.
Yeah, we'll put a little bit more fluid in that one.
Top a little bit more in the front too, just to be safe. That way you're not sucking air again. That should be good. You're good there, Chris. You're just coming off the bottom there now. So now it's all bench bleed, or bench bled, I should say, not bench bleed. And now we're ready to install it on the car. Corey's just changing the wheel cylinders, and when we get all this done, we'll have to bleed the wheel cylinders, of course, and then we should have good brakes.
I was able to break the bleeder or the brake line away from the wheel cylinder, but they look kind of crusty, so I think we're going all this work. I think we just might end up, we'll go run to the parts place store there, the local one in town here, and we'll replace the whole brake line. Realistically, probably they all wouldn't hurt to be done, but for right now, we'll deem this just good enough. And we'll try that. I have to remember to save these guys. Those don't come with the kit.
Actually, this one came up good too, Chris.
There we go. One old, not really good wheel cylinder. So yeah, we'll clean this crap up, and I think maybe we'll go take a break there and go grab a pop or something, and go get a new brake line.
Okay, we're gonna now break the bolts, or the nuts loose on the master cylinder. Just as a side note, I'm gonna assume that this is a factory GM one. You have your both bleeder screws here, so instead of you running the line, you can actually bleed it on the car without even removing the master cylinder. You don't see that anymore. I'm assuming that's OE. We'll see what actually broke not bad. I'll be damned. Try that one.
Faked it for TV.
No, they actually were. I don't know if this thing's ever been off before or not, because they weren't that bad. But so yeah, so I said, well, they actually moved pretty good. So we'll get this off, change the wheels, the master cylinder. Corey's dicking around on the wheel cylinders there. We'll lose a little bit there. I'll put that back in just so we don't make a mess. Get a pan underneath there. Still have vacuum in it.
And it's always good to have nice, high quality work gloves too.
I'm gonna put that bail back on because I see what's gonna happen here.
Thank Ryan.
Might have been easier to go get a ratchet to do this, but whatever. I don't get paid by the hour, so it don't matter to me.
That I like to hear.
Now, probably in the big scheme of things, they should rebuild this thing and make it original, but I don't know. I don't see it ever happening. Okay, so we got the master cylinder pulled off. It looks like there was leaking a little bit out of the back sealer. You can see there's some brake fluid has gathered down the bottom there, so we'll clean all this up and then we'll throw the new master cylinder on. And I think Corey's still screwing around with those wheel cylinds. I think we're going to end up changing the lines by the sounds of it. But yeah, we'll get this all cleaned up and at least get it installed.
When you guys...
Okay, so we're just getting ready to put the master cylinder on. Well, it fits, that's a plus. What I generally do is I'll leave the lines into the absolute last second. So that way we're trying not to introduce any more air into there. So we'll get those bolts tight. Now, should we grab my favorite marker container here? Just because brake fluid's not that nice to any painted surface and such. Oh wait, this has got plastic wheels. What the hell? Never mind, doesn't really matter then, does it? Ooh, that was stupid.
We'll clean out the air cleaner.
Yeah. There we go. Also, as a side note, I'm not quite sure if this master cylinder is going to work because if you listen to the sticker on the air filter cover there, it says we're supposed to keep your GM car all GM.
Oh, I think you're being serious.
I'm being dead serious. It might not work. If you believe the sticker.
Are you filming that?
That I am.
Kitchen.
This is really hard with one hand.
Okay, just putting the new wheel cylinders in. I'm getting hit by brake lines. Sorry.
I'll be damned, Chris. The bleeder screws literally just where the hand broke off.
One anyway, you just...
One anyway. Maybe I jinxed myself, but...
This is not very comfortable.
Alright, that one's in. Okay, all the brakes are back together. The new wheel cylinders are in. Brand new lines are in the back because they were crusty and didn't come out. And good idea to use brake clean after you put everything in to get any grease, fingerprints off the pads. We've already cleaned the inside when we had everything off, but that just gets rid of any residual oil and grease. Same with the drum. And that'll just dry. Get rid of some excess carbon. Done. Now we just have to bleed them.
All right, the brakes are finally finished. They're all bled. They all seem to do what they're supposed to be doing. I think the next step will be, we're gonna figure out that ticking noise in the motor. I'm gonna probably maybe do that Monday. I kind of have an idea what I'm gonna do, but we'll wait and see. I've got some parts on order for that, or Boog's gonna go get some. Like I said, the brakes are all done. I'm gonna talk to Rick probably this weekend, see what he wants to do for tires, and that way we can get this thing moving under its own power again. Since it's still jacked up, we're gonna grease everything underneath, all the ball joints and U-joints and all that stuff, and just kind of give everything a once over. Other than that, it's been a pretty fun day. It's been a while since we've done brakes, or at least I have. Derek's in here cleaning up the interior, and it's cleaning up pretty well. Dash is looking pretty nice.
$55,000 miles.
So yeah, the door pans and everything seem to be, door panels I should say, are cleaning up not too bad, and it might take a couple times to go over them or whatever, but it's a start. It's looking pretty clean. So anyway, I hope you liked our video. It's one step closer to getting this Chevelle up and running under its own power and get it on the road one of these days. So if you like this video, like and subscribe, tell your friends, all that stuff. Leave a comment. You guys are starting to leave a lot more comments. It's that's nice to hear and start talking to you guys. So in closing, have a good night. Using old Art's comb here. I don't have much hair, not like him, but figured I'd use that. But anyway, have a great night. I think we're gonna go make some supper. Have a good night, guys.